Hello everyone, and I'm back with my another video lesson for you guys. I hope you all are doing fine today. And by the way, today's lesson is going to be a bit interesting and very important for you guys because today I will share some really important tips with you guys that will help you to improve your spoken English. So stay tuned, and without any further ado, let's get started. The first and a very important tip I'm going to share with you guys is going to be do something that interests you. Whenever you are learning English and when you're learning a new language or when you're learning something, it could be anything. It could also be something different from learning English. Whenever you are learning something, this is a rule that you must do something that interests you. If you do something that interests you, then believe me, you will learn it much more quickly. So from today, try to learn English in a way that makes you interested in that. For example, if you think that learning grammar is really boring, that makes you tired and you get really exhausted, then believe me, stop learning grammar in that way. What you should do, try to learn English in a way that interests you. Now, it could be by watching movies, by listening to songs, or by listening to podcasts, by listening to news, anything that interests you. Believe me, if you follow this tip, then you will find learning English much more interesting and you will improve it much more quickly. So that was our tip number 1. Now, second tip I would like to share with you guys is going to be try to focus on listening. Yeah, absolutely. If you really want to improve your spoken English, you must improve your listening. You must make a habit of listening to English conversations, English speeches, or whatever you listen, that must be in English. So try to listen more and more English, and you will find out eventually that your English starts improving and you will see a very big change after some time. Let's take an example of a little baby. When he is only about 10 months old or 1 year old, he is basically listening to everyone every single day. And after 1 year or after 2 years, he starts speaking. He starts speaking like you and me, right? He starts speaking his native language. So how does he learn it? First, he listen it and then try to speak it, okay? So first he listen for 1 or 2 years and then he go for speaking. So that is the same tip for you guys, that first listen and then try to speak, and then you'll find speaking English much more easier and much more convenient. So that was our tip number 2. Okay, so guys, this is going to be our tip number 3. It's a very important tip, especially when you're learning something. The tip is try to avoid negative people. Yeah, when you're learning a language, there are many people who try to degrade you, who try to underestimate you, who try to tell that, hey, you cannot learn English. You have been learning it for 1 month, 2 months, but you still haven't got any improvements. And they try to make your confidence level go down. But you don't have to do that. I mean, you have to avoid them as much as possible. And believe me, just believe in yourself that you can do it. And once you believe in yourself, you will be able to do that. So just believe in yourself and avoid negative people. This is our tip number 3. Okay, so guys, now let's go to our tip number 4. This is going to be a very important tip, and this will definitely help you to improve your spoken communication. What you have to do, you have to make sentences in your day-to-day life. What I mean by that, every day try to make a habit that make sentences on your daily basis. Let's suppose you are in your kitchen. you are in your school, you are in bathroom, wherever you are, try to make sentences in your mind. You can make sentences in your mind, or you can verbally speak them, and this will allow your mind to think in English. You know why our fluency doesn't get improved? Because our mind is not thinking in English. Our mind is translating from our own language and then converting it into English. That takes a long process. That takes a lot of time. That's why our fluency doesn't get improved. So once you make your mind practice making these sentences again and again on your daily routine basis, then believe me, your mind will have a habit, and then you will speak automatically. The words will come out of your mouth automatically. So try to make a habit of doing it. I do it every day. I sometimes, talk to myself, okay? And that allows me to make sentences. That allows my brain to remember those sentences. And when I'm speaking with someone, I don't get hesitated. The words come out of my mind more frequently and much more conveniently. So that's why this tip is a golden tip. If you do that, that will help you a lot in your spoken communication. So that was our tip number 4. Okay, friends, so this is the time for our golden tip. Tip number 5. It's a very important tip, by the way. It will help you to improve your spoken communication. The tip is try to improve your vocabulary on daily basis. Now, what I mean by that, every single day, make a habit that learn around 10 vocabularies, and by the end of the year, you will have bunch of vocabularies. You will have lots and lots of vocabularies that you will be using in your everyday communication. And I will tell you how you should try to improve your vocabularies. And the big question is that how you should keep them remembered. This is a very big problem with almost every student, that we forget the vocabularies. We learn it today. After a few days, we forget it. I will tell you how you can remember a vocabulary and keep it in your mind even after a long time. So let's go for it. Okay, so let's suppose you have to learn 3 vocabularies. First vocabulary is happy. Second vocabulary is mobile phone. And third vocabulary is Facebook. Happy, mobile phone, Facebook. These are the 3 vocabularies you have to learn. Now you already know what they mean, but now you want to keep them remembered. How will you keep them remembered? How will you allow yourself to remember them more for a longer time? You will try to make a story. I'm going to give you one example here. Let's suppose I give you an example now. Yesterday, my mom was looking at her mobile phone. She was looking quite happy and she was laughing. I went to her and asked her that, Mom, why are you happy? Why are you laughing right now? My mom said, I'm looking at a post on Facebook. Then I realized that Facebook can make a person happy too. Facebook is a way to make a person happy today. So that's what I learned from the story. So, like with the help of making these sort of stories, you will allow yourself to learn the vocabulary more conveniently, much faster, much more quickly. And this was just one example. You can create any kind of story that will help you to remember some vocabularies. So that was our tip number 5. Alright guys, so that was our lesson for today, and I hope after following these tips you will find your spoken English much better. You will find your spoken English improved. So please follow these tips, and believe me, your English will be improved and you will find it much easier and much more interesting to learn English, especially spoken English. So if you like this video, then please leave a like. And if you have any further question, you can leave a comment below. And please don't forget to subscribe, and please press the bell icon so that you never miss any video in the future. So that's all. Take care. Bye bye.